Pregame.com.
Notre Dame hasn't won a New Year's Day bowl game since 1994. This is Brad Powers, Pregame.com studios, just off the Vegas Strip. Yes, indeed, we're talking a New Year's Day bowl game offering up some great value. It's the Citrus Bowl between the LSU Tigers and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
You won't go broke betting against the Irish in big football games. Who do you like?
I like their opponent, LSU minus the points. That's right, we're taking LSU -3 here, guys. And for me, the #1 factor is teams have basically figured out this Notre Dame team out. Let's take it back to the start of the season. Yes, Brian Kelly's still their head coach, but they had 8 brand new assistant coaches, a new offense coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, brand new schemes on both sides of the ball, and quite frankly, a lot of teams didn't have film on the Fighting Irish. They got off to a great start to the season where they're 7-1 against the spread their first 8 games, 7-1 straight up. What happened in the last 4 games? Once teams got film on them, once they started figuring them out, Notre Dame 0-4 against the number of their last 4 games. They're going to go to 0-5 after this one. LSU -3 is the pick.
LSU has a very tough physical defense that should match up well against the Irish offense, right?
Yeah, you look at the 2 worst offensive performances for Notre Dame this season against Georgia and Miami. 2 big, fast, physical defenses from the South. Well, guess what? LSU's got a big, fast, physical defense. And you just look at the game plan. I fully expect LSU to crowd the line of scrimmage, force Notre Dame to try to beat them over the top. Notre Dame can't. They're only completing 50% of their passes. Won't have success here. That's why LSU's the play.
Let's talk power ratings. I believe at the end of October, LSU was losing to Troy. At that point, Notre Dame was way higher than LSU. Since then, 2 teams moving in opposite directions. You probably have LSU, I imagine, significantly above Notre Dame now, right?
Yeah, and I mean, let's face it, middle of October, Notre Dame probably is laying 6 points to LSU. Now, on a neutral field, which is the case, I got LSU a couple of points better, but there's other factors of why I'm giving LSU a couple more points. But LSU, you look at them since that Troy loss, 6-1 straight up, only loss on the road at Alabama, where they outgained the Crimson Tide, and they've covered 7 straight games. To me, this is a top 10 caliber team right now.
LSU played in their bowl last year in Orlando, advantage LSU. Contrast that with Notre Dame, coming down to Disney, coming down to the Sunshine State, not a good spot, right?
Yeah, and here's where you get an extra point of value, at least an extra point. LSU had great success in this bowl game last year against Louisville, so I got to think that they stay at the same hotel, probably have the same type of routine throughout the course of the week. In fact, they can treat this now because it's Disney World. We were just there last year. We can probably treat this as a business trip, don't have to do all the sightseeing, different events here. LSU, major advantage in this case.
Your second key handicap.
Second key handicap, you mentioned at the top. Notre Dame can't win big bowl games. How about this? Last 9 New Year's Day bowl games for Notre Dame, 0 wins, 0-9 straight up, 1-8 against the number. Quite frankly, Notre Dame, because they're a big market team, you know, they're already overpriced because they're a public team, but them being a big TV market with a national fan base, a lot of times they get into bowl games they don't deserve to be in.
Yeah, and Notre Dame, when they face a top 20 team away from South Bend, they are atrocious. And I got to tell you, just a basic strategy also, you give me a Midwestern team and you yank them out of the Midwest winter and you put them out in California or you put them down in Florida, typically I'm looking to fade that team anyways.
Yeah, and look, 9 games over a course of 23 years, I get it, not a huge sample size. How about 10 games over the last 4 years? Notre Dame, 0. Again, 0-10 straight up on the road away from home against top 20 competition. 3-7 against the number. Quite frankly, they can't win big bowl games. They can't win big games away from home. That's why we're fading the Irish here.
I'm having a flashback to the Alabama-Notre Dame championship game, and what a boat race that was. Let's make it official.
Yeah, let's make this official. We're taking LSU -3. Basic strategy, guys. Teams have figured out Notre Dame. They had brand new schemes this year with a new offense coordinator, new defense coordinator. Last 4 games, Notre Dame 0-4 against the number. And also, Notre Dame cannot win big bowl games. 0-9 straight up, 1-8 against the spread their last 9 New Year's Day bowl games. And how about this? The last 4 years, away from home against top 20 competition, 0-10 straight up. Make it 0-11 here and make it 3-8 against the number. LSU rolls the Fighting Irish. More videos at pregame.com.